Have you ever wondered what secrets lie hidden in the quiet corners of your local park? This is the story of an ordinary day that turned extraordinary, revealing a tale of love, sacrifice, and unexpected miracles. On a typical afternoon, Emily Carter, a dedicated animal rescuer, was tidying up her small office at the shelter when her phone buzzed with an urgent call. A concerned jogger reported spotting a stray dog in Maplewood Park for weeks. This wasn't just any stray. The dog never wandered, never chased anyone, and never barked. Instead, she simply sat beneath the same oak tree, day after day, watching and waiting. The caller's words echoed in Emily's mind. Years of experience had taught her that such stillness often concealed a deeper story. While truly feral strays roamed and scavenged, a dog anchored to one spot was often bound by an invisible chain: duty, love, or loss. Intrigued and unable to shake the feeling that something wasn't quite right, Emily grabbed her rescue kit. She packed it with kibble, a collapsible water bowl, a leash, and a couple of old blankets. Her heart, as always, was armed with patience and compassion. As Emily pulled up to Maplewood Park, the late afternoon sun filtered through the trees. Children's laughter drifted from the distant playground, but here, near the quiet grove of oaks, the air felt heavy with anticipation. It didn't take long to spot her. A medium-sized white dog crouched low near the roots of a tree, her coat dull and matted. Her ribs were visible beneath her skin, and her ears twitched nervously at the sound of approaching footsteps. Emily slowed her pace, crouching low to appear less threatening. "Hey there, sweetheart," she whispered gently. "I'm not here to hurt you." The dog flinched but didn't run. Her eyes, a deep amber, flickered between fear and determination. And then Emily noticed what the jogger had unseen. Tucked into the curve of the mother's body was a small, white bundle, barely moving, a puppy. Emily's breath caught in her throat. The puppy was tiny, no more than a few weeks old, its body trembling against the cool ground. Its whimpers were faint, but they cut through Emily like a knife. The mother dog, thin as she was, had clearly been doing everything in her power to keep her pup alive. Reaching into her bag, Emily pulled out a can of food. The metallic pop echoed softly, and the dog's ears perked up immediately. Hunger and instinct waged war within her. Emily placed the food a few feet away, retreating slightly to give the mother space. Slowly, cautiously, the dog sniffed the air, her paws hesitant against the earth. She took one step forward, then another, her eyes never leaving Emily's face. Finally, she lowered her head and licked at the food. The moment the first taste hit her tongue, she devoured it hungrily, almost desperately. Emily could see how long it had been since she'd eaten properly. The puppy stirred, letting out a small cry. Emily quickly opened another can, mashing some food into a softer texture. She slid it gently toward the little one. At first, the mother growled low in her throat, protective and tense. But as she watched Emily's steady hands, her growl faded into silence. She seemed to understand. Within moments, both mother and pup were eating side by side. Watching them, Emily felt tears prick at the corners of her eyes. Their bond was unbreakable, forged in hardship, and it radiated stronger than any words could capture. When the food was gone, Emily knew she had to act quickly. She reached for the leash, her voice soft and soothing. "Let's get you both to safety, girl. I promise you'll be okay." She slowly extended the loop toward the dog's neck. The mother stiffened, her body trembling. For a moment, Emily feared she would bolt, leaving the puppy behind. But instead, she pressed her body protectively over her pup, eyes darting between the leash and Emily. Emily froze, heart aching. "I know, sweetheart, you're scared, but I can't leave you here." Instead of forcing the issue, she backed away and went to her car. In the trunk, she kept a sturdy cardboard box lined with an old towel, a makeshift carrier, making deliberately, never making sudden movements. She placed the box gently on the ground and first lifted the puppy inside. The little one whimpered, pawing at the towel. The mother immediately tensed, panic flashing in her eyes. But then, after a long, breathless pause, she stepped forward and leapt into the box herself, curling around her baby. Emily exhaled in relief, her hands shaking slightly as she closed the lid part way. "Good girl, you're safe now." The drive to the shelter was quiet except for the soft sound of the puppy shifting in the box. The mother dog didn't move, her eyes fixed on Emily the entire time. Not with anger, but with a watchful, wary trust. At the shelter, Emily carried them carefully inside. Volunteers gathered, curiosity shining on their faces. Emily lowered the box onto the soft bedding of a kennel and lifted the lid. The puppy was the first to emerge, wobbling clumsily on its tiny legs, its nose twitching as it explored. A ripple of laughter spread through the room. But the mother remained still, pressed into the corner, eyes wide. Emily knelt beside her. "It's okay, Mama. You don't have to be afraid anymore." Just as Emily began to rise, a sound broke the silence. A faint, high-pitched whimper, not from the puppy she had seen, but from the far corner of the kennel room. Emily turned sharply. There, nestled in the shadow of a stack of boxes, was another puppy, smaller, frailer, but alive. Her heart stopped. She quickly moved closer, scooping the second pup into her arms. Its body was weak, its breathing shallow, but its tiny eyes blinked open to meet hers. She carried it gently back to the mother, who immediately surged forward, sniffing frantically before licking the new arrival with desperate relief. Tears streamed down Emily's face as she whispered, "You clever girl. No. You kept them both safe." The truth settled over her like sunlight breaking through clouds. This dog hadn't been a stray simply loitering in the park. She had been standing guard, fiercely protecting the family she had fought to keep alive, even against impossible odds. In the weeks that followed, Emily named the mother dog Snowflake for her pure white coat and gentle nature. The first puppy became Frost, and the second, Crystal. Under the shelter's care, Snowflake slowly gained weight, her coat growing shinier each day. Frost turned out to be adventurous and bold, always the first to explore. Crystal, though weaker at first, blossomed under the steady warmth of her mother and the shelter staff, soon bouncing after her sibling with boundless energy. Snowflake remained cautious around people, but with Emily she softened, learning to lean into gentle hands and trust again. Each day, her eyes lost a little more of their fear and gained something brighter, hope. Months later, after both pups had grown strong, a loving family adopted them together. They had a big backyard, 2 children who adored dogs, and endless patience. Watching Frost and Crystal bound into their new home, Emily's heart swelled with joy. Snowflake, however, remained by Emily's side. Though a few families showed interest, Emily knew deep down that Snowflake had already chosen her. One quiet evening as Snowflake rested her head in Emily's lap, Emily whispered, "You don't have to fight anymore. This is your forever home." And so, Snowflake stayed. Not as a rescue, but as family. Sometimes miracles hide in the unlikeliest places. In the shadows of a park, beneath the roots of a tree, in the quiet bravery of a starving mother refusing to abandon her young. For Emily, Snowflake, Frost, and Crystal, the miracle was not just survival. It was the discovery of love, trust, and the promise that no matter how broken the past, the future could always hold light.